Shines among the stars, the one for the cause. Come on, fire, ready to work in a blessing. Real soldier, keep on pressing. None of them wanna see her go to nothing. She's not giving up, she's fired up. We gotta take control. Come on, we gotta man the road. We gotta stand up, brave and bold. She will make us feel so fired up. We stand with Joe Biden, a true American lion and baker. He is a man with a plan that's gonna heal this land. We gotta bring the change. We gotta rearrange. It's the house with the soul of the nation. Joe Biden, he's fired up, ready to work in the mess. Real soldier, keep on blessing. Enough of them want to see nothing. Not giving up, he's fired up. We gotta take control. Calling on the young and the old. We gotta stand up and brave and bold. Make us feel so fired up. Brothers facing tragedy. We are joy, we are remedy. We gotta stand up and unity. Somehow put the soul of the nation. Family, we're fired up. Ready to walk in our blessing. Real soldiers keep on blessing. None of them wanna see us nothing else in it. We're not giving up, cause we're fired up. We gotta take control. Calling on the young and the old. We gotta stand up and brave and bold. He's the radio speed, so we fired up. Ready to walk in our blessing. Real soldiers keep on blessing. None of them wanna see us nothing else in it. We're not giving up, cause we're fired up. We gotta take control. Calling on the young and the old. We gotta stand up, brave and bold. To make us feel so fired up. To make us feel so fired up. Yeah, make us feel so fired up. Come on, fired up. Jump right up. Fired up. On the paper. Fired up. Yeah. All right, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about that theme song for Camilla and good old Joe. Somebody please tell me what y'all thought about that theme song. You guys know I love music, so I'm just it was my first time hearing it, so I'm taking it in. But I want to say hello to some glowers in the room. Thank you guys so much for being in here today. Dwayne, you were first in the chat. So listen, send me an email. I have something I have something exciting for you. We're doing with our new glowers. With our new glowers, it is your first time in the chat and you are a first time in the chat. So listen, the email address is groupglowup@gmail.com. Brother Neo, always a pleasure. I see you in here. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Ron 314. So Ron, I want to know, what did you think about that theme song? Do you feel fired up? Because I gotta be honest, y'all. I don't know if I feel too fired up. I don't know if I feel too fired up. So I'm about to cam up in a minute, you all. I'm just getting a couple of things in order. It's pretty dark, so that is why I am not cammed up. But just got back from a workout. You guys, this is awesome October. We have really got to make it happen with getting ahead of some things. The seasons are changing. I'm feeling fired up, but not because of Joe Biden. So we're gonna go over. We've got some unpacking to do. Y'all know how I do. We've got some unpacking to do, and I think that what we need to be focused on as a people, so to speak, is looking at policies. You missed the theme song. Oh my God, I'm gonna link it.
I'm gonna link it in the chat, and so definitely missing much. However, I might be impartial. I might be impartial. Y'all know I love my Justin Biebs. I love my Nirvanas. I love my Bon Jovis. Even with John Kerry when he ran with Bruce Springsteen. Oh, Born to Run. Y'all, I was like, man, forget Jay-Z and Beyonce. Bruce Springsteen told y'all he was born to run with it. And let's not forget Obama, signed, sealed, delivered. Because I tell you, that's what he did to Black people. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Okay. So I may be a little impartial, y'all. Y'all had to forgive me. But it was okay. It gave me like warrior vibes. Hey, Coco Brother Barbie's in the building. Oh my gosh, I miss you. Ron said he always fired up when it's time to go in on Creepy Joe. Y'all, is this man not the creepiest? I'm just gonna start listing these reasons. I promise you guys, with this, I'm not even gonna lie. I hope I'm not offending anybody, so excuse me if you're coming on here and you're looking for, we are gonna do some political unpacking. But at the same time, I didn't need to do much research when it came to the problem with Joe Biden. I said I'm just gonna let the powers that be have their way with this. I'm gonna let my glowers and my lighters lead the conversation because there is not too much to there's not too much I need to say when I talk about the problem with Joe Biden. The problem with Creepy Joe is real. Ron said, I'm always fired up when it's time to go in on Creepy Joe. Ron, I salute you. Somebody put up some glowers for this statement. Hey, KK. KK's in the building. Y'all, KK, I wish I could super mod you up, KK. KK has been working these YouTube streets for your girl. She's been getting me on panels. She's been getting books sold in here. KK, I have got something special for you in your inbox tonight. I am sending you the manuscript for my novel. Yes, girl, I'm doing it. I know you keep saying, Courtney, I'm gonna do it. I want to do something for you, and you can still do that. But tonight, you are going to get that manuscript in your email, so you can see how your girl, how much progress I've made as a writer 12 years ago. But I really appreciate the help that you've been giving me. I do. And you know what? I mess with you the long way, KK. I mess with you the long way, KK. As I would be remiss, KK has been my best. I'm a publicist. She's been such a great publicist, and every time I'm on a panel, if I'm doing anything, she's like, make sure you tell them about your book. Make sure you tell them about your book. And I'm like, KK, of course I'm gonna tell them about my book. But I love it when somebody makes you excited about your project again. And mind you, this book has been out for years, but I just recently rediscovered it. And she said, it don't matter that you recently rediscovered it. It's a relaunch. It's the first time for somebody. And she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. I appreciate you, KK. Extra glowers for you, sis. Thank you so much. She's really been rocking with me and, helping to grow the glow. That's what it's all about. So the first thing we are going to talk about, with our brother, I can't even call Joe Biden a brother, but I tell you, it's like he had such a promising past. Y'all, can I be real with y'all for a second? I'm gonna have to cam up because I gotta be real with this for a second. I gotta be real with this. Let me cam up. Fired up, okay, y'all. Can we talk about Joe Biden and all of the creepy one-liners. Who saw Saturday Night Live? Who saw Saturday Night Live Saturday? Y'all saw Jim Carrey playing. I still like Woody Harrelson's version of Joe Biden better, but Jim Carrey brought a new kind of level of creepiness to it that Woody Harrelson had to act to portray. But Jim Carrey like revitalized his Fire Marshal Bill because y'all. One thing I can't say about Biden, though, that ain't a problem. Biden got some smooth shades, y'all. So y'all don't see them creepy eyes all the time. Biden got some smooth shades, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all that's what it is. But when we really started to say let's unpack this thing, right? Because we gonna get into it. And y'all, at 8 o'clock, I'm opening up the panel. If you want to come up, but I'm gonna drop the link. So, but at 8 o'clock. So just let me go over these points first. Y'all know me. I'm gonna hit it and quit it. That's what I do. Y'all, I'm 5'2". I'm 5'2". I'm true. That's what I do. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna unload these 3 main points, y'all. Y'all, we in the building today. Can y'all put these glowers up? Can y'all put these glowers up? Y'all are really in here for this problem with Biden. I love it. I love it. Y'all, Biden haters must have put the word out on your girl. They put your word out because first of all, we're gonna go into these policies. We're gonna put into these policies. Yes, honey, the same, sis, the same, sis, the same. You guys, we have new chatters in the room today. You guys, I really, like I said, I can't say enough. I really appreciate you, KK, for helping to illustrate, to getting me on the biggest panel I've ever sat on. So that panel got over almost 7,000 views so far. I was on Brother Dinas Amir's panel yesterday, speaking about divorced women and giving some testimonials with my past. And I always tell all of my glowers and all of my lighters, as you already know, ladies and gents, my lighters and my glowers, use my life as a kind of as a testimonial, but also as a warning for not to mistake entitlements for exceptions, because they are not. They are not one and the same. And there's a certain standard, a certain order that you need to live. You need to live your life, and it goes with marriage and who you're married to, and how you conduct yourself in that marriage and that sort of thing as well. So I was able to, thanks to the best publicist, y'all, for a publicist to say that this girl is doing my job better than me. I was able to get on a panel that has been seen over almost 7,000 times now. So that is huge. It's huge. So we have a lot of new subs in the building. We have a couple of new glowers in the building. So I thank you again for that, KK. So we're bringing it back around. So I wanted to say hello again to all of our new, because I see a couple of new people, a couple of new faces have popped in. So we want to go back to our number one reason. Like I said, I don't belabor no points, because I feel like, we all grown, we have things to do. I know I do. But I know you guys do too. And it's just the fall, the seasons are changing so beautifully. The other night I made chili. Sorry, y'all, a gnat. The other night I made chili for the first time since moving back. Of course, to Georgia now that the season has changed. It's chilly weather, and it came out really well. And so, I'm definitely looking forward to doing my little dinners. Falls are great little dinners. I still do my kale salad though, y'all. Still got to keep it cute. Still got to do my kale salad, but making something special again tonight for the children, and looking forward to that. But at any rate, the first thing that we have to do to unpack Biden and the problem with Biden is speaking about his crime reform. Yeah, somebody talked to me about the crime reform bill and the fact that this egregious bill was worked hand in hand with what actually was the catalyst for the type of incarceration rates that were only comparable to Reagan's war on drugs. Y'all, somebody tell me something. Somebody tell me something, because we like to talk about we like to talk about Trump, but at the end of the day, you guys know my cat likes to play a little fetch. We like to play. She likes to play a little catch. I love so. Cocoa Butter Barbie, let's connect. Because I make a kale salad with its own dressing that I promise you make this at home, you'll never buy another kale salad. I'm telling you, sis, you won't. I've made it before in my on my playlist. You'll see it's called OKFR. Kale FR. We know what the FR stands for. But it is absolutely the best thing smoking. I used to spend so much money buying kale salads from Whole Foods, and the guy, that's what I will say, the gentleman that I was engaged to, he was a cook, and he found the recipe for it, and he would make it, and then when he wasn't making it, I would make it. I haven't bought another kale salad since. And I eat it every day. That's what I have for my one meal a day. I eat a kale salad. So definitely email me. We've got to connect. So back to this bill, y'all. Back to the crime reform. Now, not only did our brother Biden, I'm trying not to get pushed off the stream again, y'all. Not only did our brother Biden insist on this crime reform bill, and like I said, was only comparable to what the war on drugs did, but on the flip side, on the flippers, our brother Biden also was very much in support of, segregation, making sure that the monies didn't go towards the buses for the busing in of students into these certain areas. And y'all, let me be very clear when I say this is going to take some real. I have to use my words very carefully. Because as much as I do believe, don't get it twisted, in a separatist society, and I do believe that we need to be separate. I think that should be our choice. Can somebody vibe with me? Can somebody rock with me? Can somebody throw up a globe? They know what I mean? Okay, what's that? Okay, I have to be super careful when talking about political. So excuse my dancing around. Yes. No, I understand. I understand because and not just because of the fact that there are just certain people that Ron, I received it. I got it. There are certain people clients that I work with, you all know I do consulting. I do this for real. This is not just something that, I come on here and I talk to everybody, people that I've never met, a lot of my base are people that I actually know personally. Some of them are clients. Some of them are church members. These are people that some of them are neighbors. So I have to, I also am very, not just careful, but I'd like to make sure that I'm offering very unbiased information, that I'm not just coming off one-sided or coming off attacking, but actually I am highlighting. Like I always say, I don't believe in idolatry. So anybody can have their situation, share some light upon it. We glowers, that what we're going to do. Glowers give off a light, they give off a shine, and we're going to find some crevices in there. So this is why. So would I wanted to be for Joe Biden? I got to be very honest. I was very disappointed in John Edwards because that is who I always bank my bank on. I wanted Obama to choose him for his vice president. I just like me some Joe Biden. Some John Edwards. I like me some John Edwards. That whole country crawl. I loved him. But and I thought that him actually admitting and being accountable for the whole side piece thing, like I said, it has not been popular opinion. I know that for a fact. After I mentioned this on a previous show, I did get a little bit of a backlash with the emails, but I don't mind getting them because of the fact that you look at John Edwards' policy, you look at his background. His policies definitely held true to doing to first of all increasing businesses, okay, and secondly with education reform, having access to not just he took the zones out of zones, and where his policies were most effective, that people weren't just having to go to their area schools. They were able to, he gave support to educational reforms. This was also very important. But more than anything, like I said, when it was time for, why do I have that up there? When it was time, I meant to highlight this, excuse me. I'm looking at that like gyro cheeseburger yesterday and shrimp pasta today. No, KK. We're going to get you on these kale salads and you're going to be happy. You're going to love them. You're gonna glow up the menus. So what was so important about Brother John was when he took personal accountability for the side piece, for the side baby, and the whole nine. And he said, I'm not going to have my child be ashamed of herself and how she came into this world. And y'all got to know that man took flack and they hated it. And y'all know he was faced with some time, but John beat them charges like Rocky. Because at the end of the day, y'all know he got a complexion for the protection anyway. But I'm just saying that he met it head on. He met it head on. So, and I'm going to check that out, Brother Ron. Thank you so much. I'm going to check that out for sure. Because I did receive the email. So Cocoa Butter Barbie says, I don't want to act like I think I know all about the crime bill, but I thought it actually started with Clinton. Also, I thought several other senators also signed that bill. Again, I'm learning. Yes, this is true. But Joe Biden was the one that went around, like this is before, remember, this was preceding Obama. So he went around actually being a real big cheerleader for it. And it did start with Clinton, but I'm saying the amount of people that led to the incarcerations was only rivaled by the war on drugs by Reagan. So two totally different bills, but the same agenda. Let's lock these black folks up. Let's lock them up. That was the agenda. Okay. She said, that's the lunch of my dreams. Yes, me too, honey. I like them. I like me some Johnny. That Johnny boy, honey, I like me some John Edwards. You couldn't tell me. And then when when the whole thing came out with the Rael, the side and then the baby, I was just like, oh, it's just so sweet. And that baby girl is just like him. Because if I'm not mistaken, John had twins also. Y'all know twins also. That always fills my heart. So, excuse me. I don't know the pastor from True Blood. You have to send me a link, Neophyte. And Neophyte, I emailed you the book information. So please, let's get on top of that. I'm gonna have to send KK after you. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want me to send KK. KK have these sales going through the roof, y'all. KK has this girl. I'm getting everything funded thanks to KK and her diligence. So y'all, my cat is snooping around, so you might catch her in some side shots. Okay. Right. So, KK, don't tell nobody really wild, cool things. Try it once. No, don't try it. Hi, guys. How are you doing? Shalom, brother. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Okay. So the crime bill was number one with Joe Biden. And again, the segregation thing, that the reason why I don't put that all the way in there, y'all, is because, like I said, I'm not opposed to that, but I feel that we should. Oh, my daughter brought my kale salad over so y'all can see it. See that? That's my. She bought over the whole thing, y'all, but that's it. That's my kale salad. I make it literally every day. It's delicious. It has peppers and chickpeas on it. Should we do a kale mukbang? Let's set that up. But y'all, so good. Mm-hmm. It is delicious. My daughter wanted y'all to see that. I was gonna have it hidden in the kitchen. What you want y'all to see it? Right. Okay. So, all right. So thank you so much, empowerment activists, and thank you for joining the chat. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And actually, empowerment activists, you are now a moderator. So you can drop the link to your Facebook channel, your Facebook group, I believe. You can drop links now because I made you a moderator. Congratulations. Thank you. So Biden was the senator who pushed the 1994 crime bill for the ALEC organization, and Clinton was just the president at the time who signed the bill into legislation. Come through. So I had the other way around. I thought this was something that Clinton was raising to the top and Biden was the cheerleader, but no. Biden was the creator of it. Clinton was the executive on it. Clinton's the one that signed off on that thing, like, yep, lock them up. Thank you so much for that. We're going to leave that up there for a couple of seconds so we get it. Thank you so much, empowerment activists. And again, you are a moderator now, so definitely drop the link to your Facebook group or, maybe an email if people want to connect with you, because I guarantee they will. Well, yeah, there were definitely bills that, and thank you, Sir Senior, welcome and salute. What about the bills Obama passed that he went along with? No, that's true, there were. But the reason why I don't focus on those other bills so much is because the bills that rivaled the war on drugs that Reagan put down. They're not even close. They're not even close to the amount of incarcerations that resulted from only this crime reform bill and the war on drugs are comparable. And so that's why I mentioned those. The work Obama was doing, as we all know, was light work on the crime, but it was just heavy work on the policies for the LGBT community. Okay. What Obama did, which I really feel like absolutely 100%, Umar Johnson was right on what he stated, was it created an opportunity to combine Black agenda and gay agenda, merge them and make them one. That's what Obama's presidency was literally all about. Okay. Yes, Coco Butter Barbie, you better. Let me tell you, sis, you email me, sis, and I'm telling you, you'll never buy another kale salad again. Look at this. Look at this beauty. And I mean the smell. especially if you like peppers, if you love garlic, like you can put anything in it, but mm, forget about it. Oh, look, so good. So number two, not gonna be just at number two. It's after eight. I'm gonna open up this link. I'm gonna open up the panel soon. I'm gonna open up the panel. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. Number two is the sexual harassment stuff, right? Now, y'all know me. I'm not in any position to judge anybody. Lord knows. I know how things can be misconstrued. I know how things can be misread. Y'all, I'm starting to write. Bill Cosby. I picked up a stack of cards for starting to mail to him and some stamps. Let me know if any of you want to write him too. You know, I saw that picture of how they doing Bill Cosby and how he in the jail looking, y'all, and it's wrong. So let me know if any of you guys want the address. Email me so we can start sending Bill Cosby some of this love, sending him some love. And you know what, y'all, if you don't want to, don't email me on no hate stuff, because I'm not on it. I'm really not on it. I'm not for the drama. Just let me know if you want to send him, if you want the address, so you can start sending him some words of encouragement, some affirmations, some mail, because that's something personally that I have committed to doing, and I'm just sharing that that's what I'm doing. But if don't email me up to give me any flack about it. I've decided to do it. I'm gonna do it. If you want to join, let me know. Oh, you said you made that raggedy salad. You were something else. Okay, perfect. Perfect, neophyte. So you guys see the stream is up here. I have left empowerment activist statement up, guys, just so you can get that information because we needed it. Number two, like I said, has been a sexual harassment with Joe Biden. Only because it's just kind of creepy. Y'all, and like I said, I don't want people to give me flack and say that I'm creating a double standard when I'm talking about Bill Cosby in the same breath that I'm talking about Joe Biden being creepy. But he's creepy. Let me just put up my own glory. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what nobody say. It fit the whole narrative. Like when everything started coming about with Bill Cosby, we was like, we don't believe that. This is America's dad. No way. Keisha Knight stood 10 toes down. Felicia Rashad stood 10 toes down. There were plenty of people that had some things to say in regards to his work ethic, as regards to maybe how he would present himself like he was the big star. With a lot of those stars of those sitcoms, they get the big head. Absolutely. So, not condoning it, but just saying there were people that had things to say about that. But when it came to the allegations in regards to his sexual misconduct, no one wanted to believe that. No one could believe that because of the fact that this was America's dad. This was, quite honestly, y'all, I tell you all the time, I'm the youngest of five. I'm Rudy. We had that same type of upbringing, and we had the same lineup. It was 4 girls and it was 1 boy, and it was the same order. And we were the same ages as the kids. Y'all, we were the Cosby kids. And so literally when this happened with Bill Cosby, I was like, this is like my dad. Like, something coming out about my dad being around, raping these women. And not that I'm taking this lightly. Do not get anyone. I have been a victim of sexual assault. Do not think that I'm taking this lightly. I'm not. But what I'm saying is that when the allegations came out about Joe Biden, I could feel it more. Right. And I feel that too. Empowerment activist Bill Cosby didn't do anything the majority of the society was doing during the 1970s in America. And and I'm not condoning it. Don't get me wrong, because I've never done a drug. I never done drugs. I never done a drug. I rarely drank alcohol. I haven't even drunk alcohol the past 8 years. But at the same time, I can definitely say that, yes, I went to FAMU. And if I wanted to get down in some reckless behavior, I could have gotten down in it. I chose not to. That just wasn't what I was interested in. Like I said, people can say anything about me, but honey, drugs and group activities when it came to extracurricular things were never my deal. Never my deal. All my dirt was, 101, mono e mono, and there wasn't no narcotics involved. They couldn't say it. Okay, let's see what Ben Sear. Welcome, Ben Sear. Ben Sear is throwing it up in here. Let me see. Biden maintained that he graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and was the outstanding student in the political science department. Note, Biden lied. Not one of those claims was true. In fact, Biden graduated 76 of 85 students in his law school class, had only a partial scholarship, and did not win top honors in his undergraduate discipline. I didn't know about any of that. Didn't know about any of that. But I think that the embellishments are something that's kind of standard. I want to know where did Kamala place in her law school? Somebody tell me. Somebody pull up something. Empowerment, if you can. Pull up something real quick. Diamond Princess isn't in here. She usually is good at pulling up something real quick in regards to Kamala. Y'all, I'm really, I'm conflicted on Kamala. I will say that, y'all. I'm conflicted on Kamala because, y'all, she's 5'2". Did I say that out loud? Yes, I do. She's 5'2", but I want you. I am human first. Why is Biden an issue? Do we really prefer Trump? Listen, I am human first. Don't come in here with that. Somebody, my moms better help me. My moms, y'all better get me. Y'all better get my back here. This is not about that. Nobody said. Tell me at what time did I say during this cast? Now I don't know if you just came in here. I am human first. I don't know if you just arrived, but I didn't say let's be Trump. Let's be about Trump. Actually, empowerment activists just today put me on to Miss Jade Simmons from Virginia, I believe. And okay, thank you. I am human. Thank you for saying that. No, because I'm not hating either. I'm talking about the problem with Biden. I'm not talking about bigging up Trump. I'm talking about what the problem with Biden is. Why is it that he is not he's not firing up he's not firing up that base. He's not firing up those super voters. He's not firing up the millennials and the zennials. What do they call them? The next generation millennials that they're trying to engage to get the vote. My number 3 should have been my number 1, or it could have been my number 1. I'm not saying should have been, but it could have been my number 1. But having Cardi B up there, y'all, I could just close this laptop down and we could shut this thing down right now. And remember, I did drop the link. If anybody wants to come on the panel, the link is in the chat. So, okay, Vincent goes on to say, Biden, during an appearance on the C-SPAN program, Road to the White House in 2006, said you cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donut unless you have a slight Indian accent. What a racist. Wow. Biden, during a virtual campaign event that Trump, have another email pop up here. Thank you so much. I see you guys are sending emails. Cohen Davis, welcome. Biden is problematic. Good night, everyone. Y'all, I'm gonna have to empowerment next. I hope you don't mind. I'm just gonna have to do this. Good night, y'all. That was he just dropped the mic. Cohen's like, Biden is problematic. Good night, everyone. Like, I know he's saying good night, like hello, everyone, but I think that was just like a mic drop moment. That was like Biden is problematic. Goodbye. Thank y'all. I'm done. You know, who is around Biden to tell him you should get Cardi B up to interview you? You should. Who told Biden that? Somebody tell me who told Biden that, because y'all, like I said, I'm a publicist, y'all, and I said I do this for real. And until I made KK, I didn't meet nobody better at it. I didn't mean by better at it, but y'all, I read up, I study up still on the works of public relations. Um, very much a student of, like I always say, Malcolm X. I think that this man, I say God was Malcolm X's publicist, y'all. Just totally redid his life and made sure he touched the right circles and made the right connections to get to be elevated to the point where he was. Rest in heaven always, Malcolm. Amen. But who is around Biden? Like, I almost feel as though somebody from Trump's campaign got into Biden's camp. Somebody tell me. Okay, so Biden on that Breakfast Club radio show. Y'all, this was just too funny. Thank you, Cohen, and welcome. Biden on the Breakfast Club radio show with Charlemagne said, "Well, I tell you what, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're me or for me or Trump, then you ain't black." Now that was a bing, bing, bing moment. Y'all, I remember that one. I think, you know what, y'all? I think when that quote hit, when it started going around on social media platforms, I don't even think I didn't have a bed at the time. I still don't, but this was another, I was staying with another friend. I didn't even have a bed at the time, and I think I fell out of it. I think I wish I had a bed so I could just fall out of it. That's really what it is. Brother Neil is joining us on the panel. Cocoa Butter Barbie. See, y'all, this is what we do here. We're glowers here. Cocoa Butter Barbie says, I am human. Sorry, that was my fault. Don't leave. Hang out for a couple minutes. Please continue to comment. This is why I love my group. Y'all, you don't find this on other boards. Y'all, I love y'all. I love my glowers. Let me add Brother Neo to the stream. Welcome, 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 Brother Neo.
Glad to be here. How you doing?
Yes, welcome. So how are we doing on this lovely Tuesday evening, talking about the problem with Biden? I can barely hear you. Can everybody else hear him okay, or is it just my mic?
I got a new headset, and I'm trying to figure out how to keep it
I
from.
can hear you now. Yeah. Go ahead. I can hear you now.
Oh, good.
Go ahead.
I got a new headset, and it's a bit sensitive. So it picks up all the little background noises. So I'm trying to cut some of that background noise down. But yeah, I mean, wow. It's one of those things that's almost painfully obvious what's wrong outside of the creepiness with him. But he was responsible. If we're not locked up or haven't been locked up, we have some relatives that have been locked up under these three strikes laws that were written in by him, by this initiative that was brought up by him, or this proposal written by him. And a lot of people participated in it. A lot of people that we kind of frown upon about their participation, especially the NAACP actually participating in that as well. We don't like it. We've been affected by it greatly, right? And nowhere in his campaign has he talked about atoning for this, or maybe an atonement, but he hasn't apologized for his involvement. He hasn't offered to take it off the table necessarily. He's come up with this lift every voice plan. I mean, if you're not releasing people from jail that clearly shouldn't be in there because of this three strikes law, I don't really see it. That's my personal opinion. Aside from him just kind of looking weird, this is not a fashion contest. Am I still on?
Yeah, you know what, Neo, your sound is going crackling in and out, and you're making such good points. I just want us to pull it together because you're making some good points, but it's like you can barely hear it in between the crackling. But you're right. The Lift Every Voice plan. What is this plan? And let me tell you, the reason why I say it's not a real plan, because if it was a real plan, it would have preceded what the platinum plan was. So all of this, Biden's trying to play a little game over here. Like, oh, but we're on to it. We're on to it, Biden. But hey, girl, if you don't stop trying to get me flagged up in here with these names, sis, and email me. We haven't talked in a minute. Email me. I've got something I want to check with you. Neo, we have to figure out that audio. Try to tune it up and then come right back because I want to hear your point. Listen, the link is dropped. You all, if anybody else wants to jump on, link is dropped. Yeah, it's true. All right, so listen, Vincent, you are coming with it tonight. Please email me if you are interested in being a mod. Because I'm telling you, you're coming with it. I love it. To vote for the Dems is to vote based on a lack of understanding of true history of the Democratic Party and their history of systematic targeting for destruction of the Black community. Y'all better put some of these glowers up for Vincent. Let me find out Vincent is working for Trump. Let me find out. No, but absolutely right. What it is almost an insult to intelligence at this point. This is what it is. This is what it is. You can call me whatever you want to call me. Call me a conservative. Call me a pick me for the other side, saying I'm over here trying to get. I'm a diamond or silk. Isn't that the ladies from Trump's campaign name? I don't know. Call me whatever you want, but what you won't call me is stupid. You won't call me stupid any day of the week, any month of the year, any hour of the day. And Biden is playing us for stupid. As my good friend Palmetto Star said, who's also a local content creator here in Atlanta, in the beautiful city of Atlanta, Georgia, how much more hot sauce and strippers do y'all need to vote? To vote for these Dems? How much more do y'all need? Hey, Neo, how we sounding?
Not too sure. Let's give it a shot.
It's still scratchy. It's still scratchy. Yeah, sometimes the headphones would do it. That's why I stopped using mine. Like I can hear better, but the mic, I can't. It doesn't. The mic doesn't sound better. But these comments are coming in. These comments are coming in like fire from Vince Sear. Vince Sear, please email me if you want to be a moderator. If you want to continue on. We do have a couple of politically charged panels that are starting literally this weekend. The MX Media Group is now because of thank you so much for the glowers and the lighters wanting it more than once a month because we do the State of the Melanated Address at the first Saturday of every month. People have been wanting it more than once a month, and so we will be doing it every Saturday. The MX Media Group will be hosting a political panel every Saturday, an In Action Council, and we are looking for more contributors for that panel or to be a part of MX Media Group. And that email again is groupglowup@gmail.com. Okay, so Vince here says the first punch was the passing of legislation that incentivized single-parent families, which resulted in the destruction of the Black family and resulted in creating a permanent underclass. Vince here, come with something tonight. Has Vince here not said nothing truthful tonight, y'all? Come on. Y'all, I promise you I'm not Vince here. I'm not writing none of this. I'm just checking it off as I go. This stuff is, let me tell you, you can't make this stuff up. This is the truth, and we are on to it. Okay, now Vince here says the second punch was the passing of the 1994 crime legislation that unfairly placed Black men in prison in great numbers and used the fuel the for-profit prison system. This is exactly what the numbers are, comparable only, y'all, to the war on drugs put forward by who? The great Ronald Reagan. Don't get me started on it, because I tell you, I lost a couple of friends at my old church in Miami because I went in on it. Don't play with me about Ronald Reagan and sit him to talk about what a great guy he was and what he did for immigration is important. When I'm telling you, our communities were broke down so that he could get the immigration support passed on through, and so he could get something to build up these businesses on the backs of the immigrants. But that's what y'all are. That's what y'all tell. That's y'all king. That's what y'all telling me. That's what y'all telling me is great about him. He had to break up, but he had to bust up our communities to support it. You know, because who else was gonna now get the cheap labor? Who else was not gonna do the cheap labor? Oh, immigrants. We got to replace one low class with another. Don't play with me. Okay, GOF. You know I'm not gonna say your name, so you better email me. Listen, y'all. The candidates are friends. They all are on the same team. They work for the bankers. They are puppet actors. It's all a show. It's like watching WWE. Agreed. But what we're not going to do is pretend as though, you know, Biden is Black Panther and Trump is Killmonger. Or in my case, y'all know I like some Killmonger. Hi, Michael. Be sure I did. Hey. Yeah, see that? I put on my blaze. For Michael B. That's what I did. All right. Nobody better call me no diamond and silk.
I'm going to go ahead and drop off and come back in and try it one more time.
Oh, great. Let me hear you, because I think it sounds great. I think it sounds clear.
Okay, it might be because I was driving through a ley line. So, yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, you sound great. I'm going to put myself on mute. So go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to try it one more time. But like basically what I was saying earlier was that Joe Biden is definitely responsible for a lot of our family members, if not ourselves, and the incarceration that we went through because of that crime bill. Kamala Harris was also part of that same. Like you can pretty much say that she would be a byproduct of that bill being passed. It pretty much gave her the fuel for her job, right? Which was essentially putting black men behind bars, right? Specifically, she put black women behind bars due to child truancy laws that were also passed, right? So you got these two who are supposed to be advocates, people who are supposed to represent us indirectly, because we need our own local Congress people to represent us and then go before them. But there's clearly a disconnect, one that's not something that got maybe put on or something that because of their income bracket brought this disconnection. But no, this is a voluntary disconnection that they have. Biden is purposely a supremacist, a mild supremacist, if you want to, if there is a such thing, but he's a supremacist nonetheless, right? Just because he wears a nice hat or a nice mask when he comes and confronts you about his clear racism, doesn't mean that he is not still a racist, right? I mean, he's supposed to represent us and everything. I understand this. It's the lesser of two evils, the same old tired argument that we continue to be left with, the choice between the two. It's always a two-party decision. There's always a divide between either red or blue, Democrat or Republican. And if you choose anything else in between that, they don't take you seriously, right? Example, when Barack Obama was first introduced as somebody that was running, at the same time there was a Cynthia McKinney who was running at the same time as Barack Obama's first candidacy. Right? She fell off because she was an advocate for the Gaza issue, where she was pretty much responsible for trying to donate charity funds and supplies to those that were affected by the issue that was going on in the Gaza Strip. Right? So her whole candidacy got flushed down the toilet because of her political standing and being against what was going on. Of course, we were just dealing with the fact that 9/11 happened. We were still going after these people after Bush was like, you know, these guys are terrorists and blah, 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 blah. She fell off because of that. She was affected by this. Cynthia McKinney was one of the first black women of our generation that was running successfully. She wasn't the first, but she had a real solid chance. She had a nice backing. She had enough support to really get our attention. And then that shift came when President Obama came in. It just kind of swept her under the rug. This was a black woman that I was trying to support, but she gets kind of thrown to the wayside. Now, fast forward to now, we have this Cheeto Minotaur, as I like to call him, in office, and we're trying to get him out, and our only choice is another Cheeto Minotaur. He's just a different shade. He looks the same. It's the same type of person. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I'm at a real loss when it comes down to it. I mean, what's the problem with Biden? Is the big question. Well, have you seen his background? That's the only answer I can come up with. I don't know. I digress. I'm just going on and on about it.
But no, you're saying some very valid points here, Neo. And this is what, I want to read over a couple of comments that came in while you were speaking. So Vincier Armori says, much ground has been lost over the years. Yes, it is undeniable that the Black community was targeted for destruction through the use of liberal progressive policies. So loving those Dems, agreed. GOF says they are all criminals and we need to be able to hold them accountable, but instead they work with immunity. Now, Neo, I did want to speak to something a little bit in regards to what you were saying, because again, Cynthia McKinney, as we have a piece of the highway named here in Atlanta after Cynthia McKinney, actually. But I did want to speak to the fact of, so her situation was, if I heard correct, it sounds very similar to Hillary Clinton and the Haiti relief situation, was it not?
It sounds similar. However, with Hillary Clinton, you have to be very careful as to what's being portrayed here. Her involvement with the things that are going on in Haiti are very profound. I mean, downright scary. Right? She's got her hands in a lot of different pocketbooks when it comes to keeping Haiti suppressed as far as financial gain is concerned. Right? It's her company that's down there. Her and Bill Clinton's company that are down there maintaining the poverty, if you will. Right? So it's not a matter of charity that she's involved in. It's a matter of, I guess you would say, brokering what is deemed to be financial or aid.
Brokery is so right. It's poverty pimping is what we call it in layman terms, Brother Neo. Poverty pimping.
Yes, that's a very good term for it, because that's exactly what's going on. None of the Haitian people ask for this help. They don't want the help. They want to pretty much be left alone so that they can build themselves back up. They finally broke away from the debt that they were paying back from the reparations that they had to pay to Spain and France, and they only did this maybe in the 1950s, I want to say, maybe 1940s, they were finally done with that debt. But the fact that they actually had to pay that in the first place is offensive to anybody. Right? But she's involved greatly with that debt, collecting on that debt that is keeping the Haitian population down. It's if that was exposed to the extent that it should be, no one. I mean, there would be so many more people upset than just kind of accepting her as a possible candidate for anything. I mean, I wouldn't elect her to wash my dog when it comes down to this sort of thing, but that's just my personal opinion.
Now, empowerment activists wanted to say that the brother is on point with what he said 100%. Empowerment activist is a local, real live activist. Would love to have him join the MX Media Group with us. So definitely appreciate you saying that about Brother Neo. Brother Neo is one of our officers of information with the MX Media Group, Brother Empowerment. So thank you so much for saying that. Koji Malik says Biden is boring and many of the candidates do not have any Obama-like flair. Agreed. Obama is a great orator and can get people hyped up. And to the polls, no white Dem candidate or congressman can do that. Y'all, can y'all tell me why I be over here telling the kids I'm voting for Radical John Ossoff? They be trying to make anybody seem hype. I'm voting for Radical John Ossoff. It's a joke, but at the same time, I'm like, even though they're saying that to insult him, to me, it's going to incite people up that they voting for somebody radical. You put radical in front of somebody's name, and they get excited. And empowerment activists backed it down with also saying that Hill Dog is a true white supremacist. Absolutely. Koji Malik said, KK, I'm sorry, KK did a smiley face, but Koji Malik said they use black people for their hype people, but then shuffle us to the back. Right, or as I like to say, shuffle us back to black. Okay, we're going to go Amy Winehouse style on it, okay? They shuffle us back to black. Okay, so I heard what you said, Brother Neil, loud and clear in regards to, hey, we've got to get away from the idea of thinking it's only a two-party system. Agreed, I'm a libertarian. I ran for office as a Republican. However, I have been a libertarian for now a couple of years. Let me know, are the libertarians up next? You know, we do have a candidate that is also, she has been barred from the debates, even though she had petitions that justified her having a presence at the debates. She was still barred from them, Joe Jorgensen. But is there hope for another party emerging that will create less of a powerful structure that the Democrats and the Republicans have created? I'm putting myself on mute. I would definitely love for you to respond.
In my personal opinion, no, because that's not how the system is set up. The system is set up to always fall back into either column A or column B. Right? Everything else is tertiary. It's extra. It's icing on the top. It's distraction, right? To filter out those with an actual opinion that falls into the system, or push everything else off to the side. I mean, if you look at just the numbers themselves, like actual numbers, none of the percentages actually make any real sense. I mean, just with the Census Bureau alone, they are always trying to reach out and contact and get an accurate number, but that number is never accurate, mainly because the prison population alone isn't added to those numbers. And if those numbers aren't added to the population count, then we're looking at a fixed system that isn't recognizing human beings. And you're not allowed to vote when it comes to that, because you are indoctrinated servant. You are a servant to the jailing system, the prison industrial complex. You're legal slave when it comes to that. So your vote isn't counted. Therefore, you're not counted, period. Right? It's kind of a stretch. I understand that. But if those numbers by themselves are off and don't give an accurate account, where are they digging this stuff up from is what you have to ask yourself. When it comes to these other parties, because I find myself being tied to the Green Party. I agree with most of the stuff that they're pushing, they're advocating. Not everything, but most of the stuff. They're ones that closely cover the agendas that I agree with. Is it 100%? Absolutely not. They had a good chance of being able to effectively change things, change policy, add bills, push agendas, but they get laughed at because they never get taken seriously. None of the things that they cover are commercial enough to garner enough attention, right? Nobody takes climate change seriously enough to really be effective to change policy, especially when it comes to fossil fuel and other forms of power in the country. What they're advocating is a way to move us forward, but nobody wants to move forward. It's like you're purposely being stagnant with our policies on purpose. This is what that system is. So as far as having a choice outside of column A or column B, that's just, I mean, the system works exactly how it's supposed to. That's all you get. Donkey or elephant, pick one, right? Or you can go with my actual thought. My actual thought is don't participate. There's a lot to go into that, but that's me poking the bear. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people going to give me pushback on that. Why are we participating in that system? What do we get out of it? Absolutely nothing. Purposely, they've benign neglect us to a point where now we're on autopilot, and all we think of is Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. And then there's those few that stray off into Republican. But do they recognize you when you're in the meeting? No. Do they put anything in their agendas to help you? No. Kamala Harris has been on the record for saying that she's not going to do anything for Black people by themselves. But yet, this is who we got to pick from. I mean, Joe Biden doesn't want our children to go to school together. Well, there's segregation, and I don't want my children going to school with his kids anyway, grandkids, whatever however you may put it. I wouldn't want that anyway. But the point of the matter is that public school system allows for us to be schooled together. It's peaceful. As long as it's peaceful, it's great. But he didn't even want that. That was one of the things that was covered in his policies that he was putting into place before he became the vice president. So trying to wrap it up. My only point is the system that we are in presents an option, but has no intention on actually supporting those extra options. They're extra. They don't have enough validity as by the chair or the judges, and the only parties that they actually recognize and will ever recognize are the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. That's pretty much it. I really don't see that changing anytime soon. You see there? Oh, there you are.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I was answering some questions in the chat. There's some great lively conversations going on. I was answering a couple. So the Colton Davis, he asked, why would the youngest Omega, that's real shit. How Omega of you. Now, Cohen, this is not F-Bomb Friday, so we are not going to drop F-bombs today, but thank you so much. No, my family, I come from a family of political legacy. My grandmother was, she was the first elected African-American and the first female mayor of Daytona Beach, Florida. And I was the youngest elected. Now, had my grandmother lived, she did pass away during her second term of being mayor. Had she lived, she would have been the oldest elected sitting mayor. And here I was elected the youngest council member. But I gave that seat up. I resigned to move back to Georgia because, you know what? And I was typing this, but I can just go ahead and say it. I didn't have the support. I didn't have the support as far as financially, and I didn't have the support as far as physically in order to be able to make a significant impact, I felt. And I was hindering a dream of mine, a promise that I made, and a promise that, I can't wait to share the full gamut with you all in the next coming months. But I made a promise to God and the promise to my mom, and things are coming to fruition. So since I've gotten back to Georgia and gotten back in my networks, things have literally started to take off with that promise. And I will have a very big announcement coming very soon. So again, thank you for that question, and thank you for those sentiments and those words. I was very honored to have that seat. I was very honored to represent the community that I did, as being a single mother, a single Black mother, as being a business owner, as being a libertarian, as running as a Republican. And I was very honored to have that seat and have that position in my political legacy, my family. However, when God calls, you go. You go. So I came on back. But Neil, you were dropping fire. People were definitely very engaged with what you were saying. I'm going to go back and read a couple of things. So Vincent Amari, Maury said, Biden in 1977 during a congressional hearing on anti-busing legislation, Biden joined with segregationists, saying he wants to ensure we do have orderly and great integration of society. Agreed. And that was part of my number one point about the problem with Biden. Like you said, Neil, you hit it on the head when you said, I don't want my kids going to school with him anyway. I feel the same. But the decision comes from us. You guys do not get to tell us that you don't want your kids you don't want them coming with us. We get the right to tell you we don't want that. We don't want that. We want to be able to maintain, sustain, and progress our own communities and own society society, and we want to be able to grow the way we want to grow. You don't get to tell us that, hey, you can do what you do over there, but don't be trying to come over here to do it. Who are you to tell us that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not going to do it.
That's
So back to Black
definitely
says, it's all a mind trick they are playing on us. We need to completely dismantle our government and legal system to start all over. Period, Pooh. I hear you. I am human first. Thank you so much for sticking around. Like I said, let me tell you, we have the best room. I've been told this by several people. Our glowers and our lighters, we are on that rah-rah, that drama. We are very much, we encourage, we uplift, we empower one another. We glow up. That's what we do. So thank you for sticking around, and definitely looking forward to you contributing anything else to here, but just definitely know that's not what we do over here. We do not debase, we don't deride, but what we do is highlight, and what we do is glow up. So Cocoa Butter Barbie says, I'm still here. I just try to keep quiet on most of the political stuff. I work for the government. They have strict rules, but I'm here. Thank you, Cocoa Butter Barbie. Appreciate it. And I'm so glad I love to see you again anyway. I tell your name always brightens my day. I always feel like it's a part of me because I used to be Cocoa Butter. Oh my gosh. Cohen, I'm not going back. You know what? You were so funny that you should say that. I promise you, just the other day, somebody said, I have a vision of you being the mayor. I do not want to go back into politics. I really don't. But the way that I am working with politics is I'm still close enough to it, but I don't have to be in it. Because it's a very difficult thing for a single Black woman to do. It really is. Like I said, you really have to have a lot of money or a lot of support physically to be able to support the type of policies to make significant change. And I just didn't want to be in a situation where I was spinning my wheels. I have, 2 relatively young children that they need me. They need me. And, I'm at these business meetings every night. I'm not cooking dinner. Y'all, this has been first of all, I'm in the best shape, of my life and my adult years, since the year before about 2 years after I had my son. But I'm in such good physical shape. I'm able to cook my meals again. I'm not just shuttling my kids off, to this or that. And it was always good people that were helping and supporting, whether they were going to, church groups or going to I had a neighbor that did a Bible study, and sometimes, I had my business partner take my kids to the Bible study so I could go to these community meetings. And I was literally going to community meetings almost about every night. And then to come to have events or to have organizing meetings, and then for the same community that you're representing, you only get out about 7 of them. And when these people have called you 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, you've gone to bat. It does something on your spirit. It really does. And my daughter just, I'm going to let Neil get back to it because Neil has some great points, and we're going to be wrapping up at about 9 o'clock. But it just really it takes a toll when you realize that you're fighting this battle by yourself, but you're representing a whole community of people. But you're on that day is by yourself. I was one of 9. I was one of 9 other council members. But you're up on that day is by yourself, and you look out in that audience, and maybe 2 of the people came when you've been working with about 20 or 30 people or so, and only 2 of the people come to the council meetings. It takes its toll. It takes its toll, and I served 2 years of a 4-year term. Like I said, I resigned in June. I'm human first. Thank you. So you heard me from your hero. So you guys can thank KK for that. KK definitely got me onto your huru yesterday, and I was on again this morning, and definitely looking forward to doing more with Dinah. So please, if anything that I've said today or during this stream has resonated, please let Dinah know, because I definitely would love to be welcomed back. I definitely want to continue to work with him with the Back to Africa movement. Resigning and retiring in Africa is something that I'm absolutely committed to. So please let him know, hey, have her back. She's great. She glows. There she glows. So thanks for coming back. I am human first, and this is earnest and honest question, no shade, just an inquiring mind. But was this same stuff brought up when Biden was VP? I was never into Biden, to tell you the truth. I was never into Biden. I always thought he was weird. He just never resonated with me. He honestly didn't. I really was very disappointed that Obama didn't choose John Edwards. It was a sad day when the white man had more baggage than Obama, right? Here John had all of these, he had these little economic dealings that were kind of shady, very Kwame, Kilpatrick-like. Then he had the side chick and the side baby and, some funds. And it was like, dang, Obama was like, he more black than me. Kidding, not kidding. I'm not trying to offend anybody. But I honestly was always hoping that Barack Obama would have seen it through and just brought in John Edwards. I think that he's strong, he's beautiful, he's engaging, he's appealing, his policies, it was just enough. Do they ever do more than what they're expected? But it was enough. He made some great stances on getting zones eliminated so that black communities could go to school wherever they wanted instead of having to be, stuck in a certain lane, so to speak, or stuck with a certain selection of schools. So, that I do know about John Edwards, and that I was very, very pleased with. And I did meet him. I did meet John Edwards. He came to Tallahassee. He came to Florida State, and I met him. So at a meet and greet, he's got it. He's got it. I mean, the whole side, Rael. I don't even call her side chick. That is Rael. I don't care what nobody says. I'm very proud of the fact that he stood up and he was accountable for his child. Because if anybody knows me, you know my channel, you know my mission, you know my testimony, my story. I'm all about accountability. And the fact that he stood up, and he could have definitely done what a lot of politicians do. He could have paid to, make the whole situation go away. But he stood behind he stood behind his at the time mistress, and he stood behind his daughter. He said he didn't want his daughter to think that she was a mistake, and I love that. I absolutely love that. Love that. So let's see. Vincent Amiri says, Maury, excuse me, says Trump is promoting the Black community's platinum plan. Does anyone know what Biden is offering the Black community? Yes. Neil went over it. The lift every voice and vote for me, and then get lost. And of course, don't forget the hot sauce and strippers plan, because that's what we need. And let's cut down the police force while we're at it. Let's talk about it. Back to Black says, and thank you so much for your encouraging words. Back to Black, I'm going to put you up some more glowers. Absolutely. And again, Ben Sear, if you would like to be a moderator, please don't hesitate to email me. I want to talk to you a little bit more. Make sure that you're not just trolling or anything, but just get to know you a little bit more personally. Back to Black says, they try to keep us divided and dumbed down to keep their power. They give us problems so they can give us solutions that strips our rights, even the God-given ones. Order out of chaos. Wow. All right, Back to Black also says, exactly, Ron. Ron, can we talk about Bill Clinton's child? Because let me tell you, Danny looked more like Bill Clinton than Chelsea looked. Can we talk about it? And Danny is fine, y'all. Usually I don't ride for the biracials too heavy, But Danny, hi Danny. Y'all see that? I gave Danny the Michael B. Jordan voice. Hey Danny, give me a call. Danny got a couple of kids though. Danny just like his daddy. Danny just like Bill Clinton. Danny got a couple of kids, y'all. I don't know about that. Yes, Cocoa Butter Barbie. That's what my good friend Pamela Starr said. How much more hot sauce and strippers do y'all need to vote for Biden? What's wrong with y'all? He got the Wop out, okay? He got Tabasco, Crystal, Louisiana. What? Y'all better stop playing with Biden. Stop it. Okay.
I'll tell you something about that
I'm
hot
telling you,
sauce and strippers for that
Yeah.
Oh man,
My
I
good
can't.
pal Palmetto Star came up with that, and I said I need that on a T-shirt. How much more hot sauce and strippers do y'all need? It's the hot sauce. It's the hot sauce and strippers plan. That's what Biden's plan is, y'all. That's the plan going up against the platinum plan. Okay, so we're closing down. Any final words, Brother Neil? I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna put myself on mute. I'm gonna work the room a little bit. Any closing words or any closing thoughts?
Yeah, now that we got hot sauce and strippers on the table, yeah, just basically for that commercial and several other of these commercials that are supposed to be targeting the black voters, for it to be rubber stamped and approved to be marketed towards black people to encourage them to vote, to come out to the polls. What is that? The get your booty to the polls.com. For that to be rubber stamped as okay should be offensive. Period. I mean, I don't care for Trump at all. As a matter of fact, he makes my butt itch. I can't stand him. He makes me uncomfortable. Just of my uncles being in jail, uh, I can't really. He don't sit right with me, and for the
Okay, y'all see my daughter over there. I gotta turn this. These children. Neo's mic went out a little bit, so since empowerment activists didn't hear the song, I'm gonna bring that song back, y'all, and I'm gonna just join everybody in the chat stream. But I'm gonna bring that song back so we can continue to do what we do and engage with one another as we close out this hour. Y'all, those are the problems with Biden, and I absolutely think that we need to be well informed. We need to be well educated on the candidates that are going to represent us. That's always been my word. This is not a bashing session on any level. The reason why I think this needs to be more of a problem with Biden as opposed to a problem with Trump type of party is because we kind of know and understand the problems with Trump, I think, as a people. But what I'm really opposed is idolatry. And I don't find anybody that I know either personally or in the network wise that is idolizing Trump. But what I have found is a lot of people throughout my experiences politically as well as personally and professionally idolizing the Democratic Party and anybody that they put in front of you. There were things that were done to me very, very immoral and unethically when I was running for office as a Republican that was done to me by the Democratic Party, and I could get no support because of the fact that, well, why aren't you a Democrat? That's what I was plainly asked, explicitly asked, well, why aren't you a Democrat? As though that made anything right with the fact that they had slated up, which was supposed to be against rules, when running. They also had paid workers outside of the period that you were supposed to be allowed to pay workers. They had paid them. There were lies that were circulated that went right back, and they were allowed to. Do it, and I was told when I went to make an official complaint with the electoral department, well, why aren't you a Democrat? Because I'm Black. Because I'm female. Because I have, children. I'm just supposed to be Democrat. Got it. So, Believer, I'm going to close out with a couple. Yes, it could have been a bashing session, but we don't do that. Yeah, I know, Neil, but you were great. Email me about the book because I definitely still want to connect. Knew nothing of a Clinton son, y'all. Woo! Cocoa butter. Email me, sis. I got all of the YouTube links, and let me tell you, Danny look good. Hi, Danny. Danny look good, honey. I was like, I don't do those biracial boys too tough. But Danny is very attractive. He looks like his mother was beautiful. And he looks like Bill Clinton and his mother. His mother was a beautiful Black woman. Omega, the Democratic Believer 72. Hey, where have you been? I've missed you, Believer. How are you? Believer 72 says, Omega, the Democratic Party has become socialist and they want to destroy this country. Believe it. Okay, it's breaking up bad. Okay, you can talk to me later. Thank you so much. Mom and daughter. I love you. And KK, this is mom and daughter. I'm going to send you the link to her channel later. But yes, Patrick's time, Biden is done. Okay, Patrick came in to tell us that. You're very welcome. Thank you again, Believer, for you're always bringing light, and also I really appreciate that. We met in the Word, and we continue to show that. Your words are never something that are divisive. They are just that you bring truth, and I do appreciate that. Okay, that may be true, Dwayne, let's connect, because remember, you were the first one in the chat today, so please send me an email. I have something very special for you. I love you so much, mom and daughter. Love you. Patrick's time, welcome to this chat. Oh, okay, send another email. I will. To the same email address, or send me one. But yes, send me one at groupglowup@gmail.com, and that would be great, brother. That would be great, brother. So I'm gonna put on this. We're gonna put on this Biden Kamala song one more time, y'all. Just for the ones that were a little late and didn't get to hear it in the beginning. And y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Y'all email me, please. Give me a glow up or a thumbs down for this song. And I'm going to be in the chat. I'm going to be mingling. So don't think that I've gone too far. I'm like Mariah Carey. Never too far away. Well, it doesn't sound Mariah Carey, but y'all get the drift. Okay. All right. So we're going to put, and y'all think I missed like the harmony. I got to go back and listen to that Mariah Carey song. I used to love that. I used to listen to it so much I would cry. So that's what. Oh, it's Deacon. Hey, how are you? Why'd you change your name? Let's get together. Absolutely. Email me, Deacon, because I need you to buy a book. Hello. We got to sell 10 a day. Happy birthday, Kamala Harris. Laura, well, we do have her song coming up. So you guys get ready for it. Y'all know what to do. Until next time, y'all better glow up. Make sure you send me an email. Let's keep connected, keep in touch. And remember, we have a great show tomorrow. If it is 5 and it's Wednesday, then you know the glow is live. Until next time.